I was thinking I'm balancing it all.
Right.
Only to find out later that weekend that I had put my debit card in the card for the teacher. So the teacher did not get a gift card. They got my debit card for Teacher Appreciation Week.
Hey guys, it's Danielle here from DKW Styling. Okay. Today we're at my salon here in Laguna Beach, California, and we are with Val. She's one of my stylists and educators. And if you're new to our videos, every week I try and share a fashion tip, a hair tip, a business tip, and then maybe just like a random life tip or kind of an excerpt, a spoof, a relatable moment. So anyways, in these 4 videos, one thing that if you follow me on Instagram, a lot of people have been asking me about my giant messy braid because I have super fine hair, and they are like, how did you make your fine hair look so, how did you make your braid look so big? What were we calling this one? Massive braid.
Or beefy.
Beefy braid. Oh, I like I don't know, either of those are kind of random, but I wear hair extensions, but when you're doing the braid up here, I actually don't put any hair extensions up here. So I'm going to show you here in a minute, and I'm going to do a short tutorial of how to do a quick, easy braid in like 5 minutes or less. We're also going to share a business tip with you today. Today our business tip is on, what did we decide it was on?
Passion.
Oh, purpose.
Oh.
Finding purpose? Finding passion?
Passion and purpose.
Passion and purpose. Finding passion and purpose. So I'm going to just like jump into kind of our business tip right now while we have Val here. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I own a salon, I do a blog, I have a lot of things going on. And it's funny, about every other week I come over to Garrett and I'm like, I'm over it. I'm over it, burn it, I'm done, I'm over it. And he's like, whatever, you're fine, you're probably just working too much, you're overwhelmed, whatever. And so then I have to hit this phase, and I don't know, I'm sure you do it too, or every mom does it, where you hit this phase where you're like, okay, gas is off, I'm gonna put the brakes on a little bit.
Yeah.
So then you put the brakes on, and then you're like in this like weird space where I'm like, I'm kind of sad and depressed and feel like I have no, he's like, purpose? And I'm like, yeah, so it's like finding this balance where you feel like you're learning and growing and contributing, but also like not burning out.
Yes.
So I don't know, like what are some of your experiences, and how do you find balance, Val?
I think keeping my drive going. My little girl who's 6, she told me she wanted to be a hairstylist like Mommy when she grows up. So I think not being a hobby hairstylist is like part of my purpose.
Right.
I want to, if she's going to take this path, I want to show her how to do it correctly, how you can make a good, great business and support yourself or your family out of it. So I think having that drive always, and never staying like complacent where you're at. I like to keep, as soon as I get comfortable, I love change. So as soon as I get like over one hurdle and into the next situation,
it's
like
probably good you came to start working here then.
The best. So that's why I like new things coming, and to never just get comfortable. I just like to keep like pushing myself and moving forward. And
I think the kids too, like I have 2 little girls, and they see by example. They want to be validated. They want time and attention with them, but they also, I don't know, I remember my mom working when I was little, and I really looked to her as a hard worker and kind of being an example to me in my life. So kind of my wrapping it up for this business tip is just finding purpose. Find out what you're passionate about. Find out what makes you feel productive, what makes you feel creative. Another thing too that I was sharing with you earlier is I love having a skill set that is something that I've developed that's like, it's invaluable to have as many skill sets as you can.
Yeah.
And so I love developing this craft. It makes me feel like I have a sense of purpose. And I also love working with clients and making them feel beautiful, right?
Yes.
It's very rewarding.
It is.
And for me lately, even just teaching with extensions and color and things like that, that's like the new game for me, where it's another avenue for me to just feel like I've accomplished a lot.
Right.
So,
I think after the events and your classes and stuff, like I always leave
like
feeling even more proud. Like we did something that other people aren't doing, and this is going like so good, and it gives you that.
It feels like a
keeps
high.
you going and keeps you driven, and then you're leaving on that high, and you go home to your family like feeling refreshed, not burnt out, which helps with the balance.
Right. So kind of you can continue to grow and learn and progress, but also just know your boundaries and know kind of your pace that works for you, where you can find balance. I know I was talking to Val, I'll just share one more little short story, where you know, as moms, we can't ever turn our brains off. No. So we might be present with the client and running the salon and doing all these things, but you better believe we're checking our phone, making sure kids got picked up from carpool. We're checking, you know, we can never turn our brains off. So just learning how to manage and balance that and be aware and present is just, it's chaotic, but it's fun.
It is.
Like when I don't have any of that chaoticness going on, I'm almost depressed.
You're like, I don't know what to do with myself.
I don't know what to do. Should I shop? I guess I'll go shopping. I guess I'll just do that. I mean, and I love shopping, but you can only shop so much.
Right.
So anyways, that's kind of our business tip for the week, is finding balance in your own life and where are you stuck in a rut and where can you improve in your life in order to continue to grow as a stylist or any type of professional. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you that textured braid or that thicker braid on fine hair. So what I did is I went ahead and kind of parted my hair pretty far on the one side. And honestly, this works good if you have pretty dirty hair, but if not, you can use I like the texturizing spray by Unite. Another product that I like too that can make your braids thicker is the Unite Expand Dust. And this one's good because you can kind of just squirt it up into the hair. So I'm going to use both so I can show you guys how to use them. So I'm going to kind of go ahead and get started. I'm going to put a little bit of this texture spray in my bangs to rough it up a little bit. And what you're going to do is I'm going to actually start, I mean this is pretty far back, and I'm going to take a small triangle section here. Let's see if I can grab my comb. So you can see how far back, I mean I literally took clear back into the part. Now I'm going to direct this forward, and I'm going to split it into 3 pieces. And I'm going to do this kind of fast, but it's fairly simple. So I'm just going to start the braid, directing it down, and then I'm going to add, and this is considered a Dutch braid too because it sits on top. So when you're doing this braid, think braid on top or over instead of under. Now when you're doing this on yourself, it's not hard to think to braid over because it's kind of backwards on yourself. So again, just direct it forward and start to create your French braid. Now I get that this looks nothing like it does in the picture, but the trick is when you pull the braid apart. So again, I'm kind of directing this and I'm adding hair. This is all just my real hair right now. Now I'm starting to get into the extension hair and add that in. So I'm going to kind of just, and you want to keep the braid going in the direction, kind of, you notice how I just kind of pull it the direction that I want to go. I'm adding hair into it. And then you can pin it, and that's cute, and then you can pull it apart, but I'm actually going to bring this braid all the way down. So again, just kind of adding more hair into it. And this is where it's getting thicker because I'm adding some of that extension hair in. Okay, so now I'm almost to the bottom. So now I'm just going to finish this braid off. You can see that took me literally maybe 2 minutes. And you don't want to braid too tight. I'm going to bring that all the way down. Now I would recommend a clear elastic, however I don't have one, so I'm using this tiny little yellow one. You can get the clear elastics pretty much anywhere, but I'm going to just do it with this yellow one, and then I'm going to show you how you kind of pull it apart. Now again, my hair is pretty clean, so you can take some of the Expand Dust and you can kind of just squirt that throughout the braid. That makes it so when you pull it apart, not too much of the hair will slip out. I'm going to put it in there a little bit too. Now here's the fun part. You have to just kind of slowly start to take that or pull that braid apart. And if you don't have any texture spray, you might get too much hair slip out. And I kind of like to do this with my fingers. Kind of gives it a little bit more of a textured look, I would say. See how it's slowly kind of starting to take shape. If you want, you can always even leave some of your bangs out, start the braid back here. You can see that starting to take shape. I'm going to put a little more product in there, or you can use a little bit of hairspray too. Oh. Okay, so spray a teeny bit of hairspray in there. And then I'm even going to pull this braid apart even more. Cute. Okay, so anyways, that's how you do it, and it's super easy. If some of this is poking out too much, you can even take bobby pins and kind of secure them in there. I don't mind it. I kind of like the messier look. Then I finish up with putting a little bit more of that dry texture spray in. And I really like how, the messier the better. Cute. So anyway, there is kind of my messy side braid. You can see literally that took me 5 minutes. Whenever I wear this braid, people always are like, oh my gosh, that looks so cute. How did you do that? And it's all about how you pull apart the braids. So anyways, you guys, thanks for watching, and I hope this was an easy, something that you would do at home on yourself. Takes less than 5 minutes. Okay guys, so this week's fashion tip, I don't know if you noticed what I'm wearing. I am kind of romper obsessed. I love rompers. They're so easy to just kind of throw on and go. This one is actually a cute one. I actually got this one in Anthropology as well. It's just a really easy denim romper. And I would wear this to the beach with flats, or just kind of palling around with my kids, or I'd even wear it to work. But denim's kind of big right now, and rompers are really, really hot, and I just think this one's a really, really cute basic one. So I will post this one as well as some of my other favorite rompers on my blog. Again, these shoes that I'm wearing, they are actually by Chloe. They are good. I think I mentioned this in one of my other videos, but they are one of my favorites. I just think they're super comfortable, and I can kind of go all day in them. And they're kind of a must-have for this season as far as platform sandals. So anyways, you guys, that is my tip for fashion this week. And stay tuned each week for a new fashion tip. Okay, guys, we're back. This is the bonus, the life lesson, the life tip, sorta, kind of serious, kind of not.
Not serious.
Not serious. But like earlier in our business tip, we were talking about trying to create balance and maintain. But honestly, when you're super busy, you're gonna have life moments of a mom fail. Now, I'm gonna share with you a story that happened to me last week. I was telling Val, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I was so excited to see my baby. I got off Friday early so I could go hang out with her, only to realize I show up on Friday excited to see her, to realize it had been Teacher Appreciation Week all week. And only to realize was the one parent who didn't bring the teacher something. I was the one parent who didn't have Ruby color, a cute little picture to him to give to her teacher. And I was so excited to see her, and then I looked at the teacher and I'm like, hi, congratulations on Teacher Appreciation Week. So it's hard to create that balance, but I don't know, there's moments that you just have to be like, oh well. Like,
you gotta laugh at it.
You gotta laugh at it, and you're like, oh well, I'm taking my cute daughter, I have the day off early, we're gonna go play. We went and looked at little dolphin aquarium. No, it wasn't dolphins, actually, sea lions. But like, haven't you ever had like a moment where you're like,
Teacher Appreciation
Week? Same thing?
Last
oh yeah,
week.
your credit card?
Yeah.
You have to
so
tell
we had
them.
assigned days of what we had to get the teachers, and the last day was a gift card, and I went the morning of, because I couldn't do it ahead of time, on the way into school, and I bought the gift card. And then
bought the gift card.
I know, so I was thinking I'm balancing it all.
Right.
Only to find out later that weekend that I had put my debit card in the card for the teacher, so the teacher did not get a gift card, they got my debit card for Teacher Appreciation Week, and that was my mom fail. I sometimes am super organized, and a lot of times
At least
not.
she made the effort.
Yeah.
Did she just like how much was missing out of your account? She was like,
I should probably check that.
right? She's like, thank you for this unlimited spending.
Yeah. I should probably get the card back from her still.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so balancing life is not always easy, but you can sit
Some
back.
weeks you get it, and then some weeks not so much, and just laugh at it.
Just laugh at it. I feel like I'm going to share this last little moment. Every morning for me is like a chaotic zoo.
Yeah.
I'm like, get in the car. What are you doing? Get your. So I mean, that's just life. But that's how it is. And then you get home and you get to snuggle them, and I like want to squeeze them to death, and so it makes it all worth it. So, anyways, all right, you guys. Tuesday tip is over. We'll see you guys next week with another video.